Hey, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. So, my name is Yuan. I'm the Professional Development Director for District 210.
Hello, I'm Danya, District Secretary from District Rotaract 3312.
So, I'll just start with a very short story of what World Speech Day is about. So, it basically started in 15 March 2016, and it celebrated across 4 countries, so that's Singapore, Athens, Hawaii, and Moscow. So the mission of it is to actually celebrate the role of speakers and also to bring communities together. Because above all, it's to mainly share ideas. Now, every March 15, over 100 nations, everyone would celebrate World Speech Day by live streaming through either YouTube or Facebook to ensure that they can inspire viewers to do the same.
So now, before we proceed to hear the amazing speeches from our participants today, we would like to invite our guest of honor, President Stephanie Song, Rotary E-Club of 2310 to share a few words. President.
Thank you. Good afternoon, dear judges, the organizing committee, and dear students. Good afternoon. I'm very happy to be here on the World Speech Day and for this international speech contest. As the president of Rotary Club, it's a great joy to see such a wonderful opportunity to see students to showcase their public speaking skills. The Rotary Club and Toastmaster International has a long-standing strategic alliance aimed to help people to develop the leadership and communication skills. We have a lot of Rotary, and we have a lot of Toastmasters, very dedicated Rotarians as well. Public speaking is more than just a skill. It's a powerful tool to develop your leadership, influence, and your personal growth. I encourage each of you to take every opportunity you can to learn and grow and continue honing your abilities. Through events like this, you're not just building your confidence, but also shaping your future as leaders. So a very heartfelt thank you to the organizing committee for this wonderful, putting together this wonderful event. I hope Your dedication for empowering the next generation is truly commendable. So to all the participants today, enjoy this contest, do your best, and most importantly, have fun. Thank you.
Okay, so now let us invite someone very important. DRR Kai-Ting, please, to share a few words for us.
Good afternoon to President Very good afternoon to President Stephanie, esteemed guests, judges, fellow veterans, veterans and fellow directors. Thank you for participating in this year's World Speech Day. Like what President Stephanie has mentioned earlier on, it takes great courage to actually come up here to deliver a very powerful speech, as you just mentioned that your speech is a very powerful tool that can inspire not just a single person, it can inspire a whole community and make great change to the world. So I'd like to commend everyone for taking up this stage to showcase your speech and communicating skills. So I also like to give a big thank you to the organizing committee comprising of Justin, Tanya, Yuan, and Joseph, and another member, Javon, who is unable to be with us today, for putting together this event. It has been around 2 months or 3 months we started planning this event. I'm very glad to be here to witness how it will unfold. So to our participants today, wishing you all the best for the competition today. And win or lose, what's most important is that you have done your utmost best and presented what you want to present to the audience here today. So once again, thank you so much, everyone, for being here today with us. And we hope you have fun and all the best return. Thank you.
Thank you, DRR Kai-Ting.
So before we start, let's give a warm welcome to the judges for World Speech Day 2025. So first up, we have Ms. Stephanie Song, Club President of Rotary E-Club of 2310. Ms. Gracie Yap, President-elect of Rotary E-Club of 2310. Mr. Chu Van Singh, Chartered President of Rotary E-Club of 2310.
Mr. Anthony Leong and Ms. Linda Nyo, distinguished Toastmasters representing Singapore. Last but not least, our Chief Judge, Mr. Ching Kwok Wing, past President of Rotary E-Club of 2310.
Right, now let us officially start the contest by inviting our first participant, Aiken, whose topic will be on building a better world through confidence and human connection.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Today I stand before you because I'm not standing at the back. I stand before you as a handsome man. Wow. But wait, I was always a handsome man. I was a handsome. It's sad. A few years ago, I had no purpose, no sense of direction, and worst of all, no girlfriend. I was a shy, quiet man. I was sad. I was alone. I wanted to end it all. But let me ask you, what is worse than having no girlfriend? No money! My mom had to borrow money from her co-workers just to make ends meet. I won't say I had it for worse, but I had it then. But one moment changed my life for the better. So it was just a regular day. I was sitting down at my table when a classmate of mine approached me. Now let me tell you something about this guy. This guy was the most popular kid at school. When he walked in the room, You can feel his energy, his radiance. There was something about it. Of course, he was handsome also, but he's violent. So I was running to myself. Why would this popular, handsome, intellectual guy talk to such a quiet, shy nerd like me? I don't know. He then asked me this weird question. Hey bro, who lies more? Man or woman? Now audience, let me ask you, who lies more? Man or woman? Okay, whatever your answer is wrong. Okay, I don't get it. I just like to be right. So I obviously like, well, I think it's woman, because my mom says she loves me, she cares for me. But on the other hand, she beats me with a slipper. So me and him continue being friends after that. And we talked about many things. But life just went on. Continue doing what we love. So one day, I got a phone call. I was in bed, and I can remember this exact. Sleeping. Ring, 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 ring. Your phone is ringing. Hello. Yeah, hi, is this Aiken? Yeah, it's me. What you want? Hi, this is. Yeah, actually, do you know Finn? The handsome guy? Yeah, what's up? Yeah, he actually passed away 2 years ago. What? Yeah, he passed away. That day. My heart's like, life was too tough. I didn't even have contact or see him for the past 2 years. Felt sad. All the happiness, all the sadness left about him. Now let me tell you something about him. He was the most charismatic guy I ever met. We talked a lot about our friendships, how we bonded each other, talk about girlfriends, bad situation, took care of. And one thing actually talk about is hospitality. So let's try an experiment. So I want everyone to put your hands out just like this. So there's something called the left and right brain. So your left brain is your creative side of your body, of your brain. So you're more creative, you're more visual. Your right brain is more your analytical side, means your day-to-day. So if your left thumb is over your right thumb, means you're left brain. So if your right thumb is over your left, means you're analytical person. So use more of your right brain. Like, just follow me. So I want you all to just follow me, okay? Like that. Like that. Squeeze. Okay, we got the thumbs. Everyone, we got the thumbs. We got the thumbs. Why are you not wiggling? Okay. Ready? Follow me, guys. Ready? 3, 2, 1, and go. Yeah, what? So that was Finn. Taught me a lot about these kinds of acts, as well as lessons. And one lesson I learned from him was this moment we shared. I was sitting down the void deck, and I can probably remember it went something like Hey, Ekan ah. Hey, Ekan. No. You know what I'm very striker. Not very striker. Striker means effort in Chinese. Something like that. No. Because right, nobody care what. Because everybody right is too busy caring about themselves. I tell you again. Nobody care. Because everybody is too busy caring about themselves. Now this phrase stick with you throughout my life. I keep on remembering this quote. I mean, it's true. Because every time you pick up instrument, it may feel weird, it may feel awkward. Everyone's looking at each other. But bit by bit, you get better. just like for me, from my experience, I think I've done it right. 2024. Back then, I didn't want to go for any public service or any event because I thought it's not cool yet. But I started doing it, and I started reaching out. And bit by bit, I felt love. I met people that I cherished to this day, had funny conversations, so much more. Now, what I'm saying is that there is a price to progress, and a better world doesn't start overnight. It starts with you. So think about this. Progress is the price we pay for a better world. Doesn't start with other people, it starts with you. Now, before I like to end, take a look at this car. It's black, just like the problems we have in the world. And just like you and me, we all have problems. But listen, if we can change ourselves, we can change the world. So, ladies and gentlemen, a better world starts. My name is Deepak Antoine.
Thank you, Aiken. That was an amazing speech, right? Okay. Yeah, so like right now, okay, I mean, the next person, right, Yan Hong, you have to ace it, bring it to the next level. Okay, so her topic will be about contribution to the community for a better world. Yan Hong, please.
Good afternoon, everyone. Today, I want to talk about something relevant to all of us, a better world. What is a better world to you? A world without injustice, a world where no one ever goes to bed hungry, where everyone has access to education and healthcare. It's simple to believe that one person can make a difference. Every great movement, every act of change started with one step, one voice, one act of kindness. Last year, I went to Johor Bahru with the Rotaract Club to volunteer at an old folks home. To talk to them, to take games with them, and do activities with them. Seeing their smiles and laughter made me realize how strong human connection is. But this was no ordinary old folks home. One of the elderly there told me that they were not allowed to talk to each other. Their daily routine was wake up, eat, stare at each other, and eat. When I went there initially, I was amazed at how quiet it was. Complete silence. There was so jarring. No human being should be treated this way. That is why we keep going back there to make their day. Other than the old folks home, we also volunteer with the Rotaract in JB to clean up a beach by collecting garbage. At the beginning, it was filled with plastic bottles, tissue papers, and cigarette butts. At the end, it was incredible what we actually made to. What was once a dirty beach was now clean ground. A place where human beings could march through the beauty of nature once more. Do you ever hear, the world is round, do good and more good will come back to you? My secondary school teacher used to say all the time. I used to find it boring then, but now it makes sense. Maybe nothing spectacular has happened to me yet. But seeing others being happy, that's my reward. Making the world a better place, not just cheap in terms of effort, sacrifice, and determination. We have to step out of our comfort zone and struggle for what is right. But then we give and take. If we leave others we rise together. Rotaract has transformed me. It has made me who I am today. Standing here, addressing all of you. I know I would not be here if it were not for my seniors, who always nudged me to take the next step and reminded me that there's nothing to fear. They have taught me lessons about life, leadership, and the potential of service. That is what I will always treasure. We have this mission in common at Rotaract. We are not a club, we're a family. We serve, we connect, and we empower. Whether it's volunteering at an open, whether it's volunteering at shelters, mentoring youth, or even standing up for the unseen, we act. By doing so, we become part of something greater than ourselves. So I'll ask you, who will you be? Will you be the empathy that picks up empathy? The voice of those who have no voice? The vision that unites people rather than divides them? Because changing the world isn't so much about policy. It's about attitude. Together, we can build a better world where kindness is our thing. Thank you.
Thank you, Yuan Hong. Now let's invite Hong Earn, who will be talking about how small acts can change people's lives in meaningful ways.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Thomas, and I am here to have a heart of a better vision and hope for a better world. Have you ever had a moment that changed everything? A moment that made you see the world differently, or even a moment that made you believe in something greater than yourself? Maybe it was a kind word from a stranger when you felt invisible. Or maybe it was the first time you felt heard, seen, and even valued by others, reminding that you were never alone. Before joining Rotaract, I never truly understood the purpose of helping people. I am always wondering, how would a small act of kindness touch a person's heart, or even change the course of someone's life? As an introvert, I always hesitate to reach out to people, even around me, fearing rejection, believing that if I offered help, it might be turned away, leaving me hurt in ways I couldn't explain. I used to wonder the same until I experienced it firsthand. During my first orientation in Rotaract Club, I felt lost, alone, uncertain, and even afraid to take the first step to talk to people around me. But the board of directors from the previous batch inspired me with their unwavering passion and kindness. Like their shadow, they are just like an angel to me, radiating warmth and kindness, easing the nervousness that had gripped me. That small act of conversation blossomed very well. I could feel they made me feel like I'm being heard, I'm being seen, and I'm being valued. From that, I made a promise to myself. I promised I would do whatever I could to make life better for others. Because helping people isn't just about grand gestures, it's about connection, about the way you make someone feel like being better. The board of directors showed me that even the smallest act of kindness can light a spark in my life. And in that spark, I found my purpose. At times, my action will seem small and insignificant to others. But I knew it could truly mean the world to the person I'm helping. Just a simple word. I am here for you. Just a simple 5 words could truly make a difference. That 5 words could make a very big difference. And during so from that moment, I really feel that I started volunteering in many events. Rotaract is where I began my journey. I started volunteering in a lot of events and helping as many people as I could to make life better for others. One event and experience that truly touched my heart was at Mindsville. And some of you here might wonder, what is Mindsville? What exactly do they do? Mindsville, it's a place where it's designed to provide a safe, inclusive, and supportive environment for people with disabilities and offering them with various educational and recreational programs. It's to empower them to explore themselves and identify themselves and feel part of society as valued members. Being said so, I had the privilege to volunteer at Mindsville 1, and it really opened my eyes to the power of just being there. Through my experience, I realized that some of them there might not need you to talk or even hear you speak, but they just need someone to listen. And there are those who are very sporty, pulling me into basketball games, always eager to have someone to play with them. And then, unfortunately, there are those who don't enjoy sports as well. For them, I simply just sat beside them, offering a comfort presence and trying my best to talk to them. Even if they didn't fully understand what I was trying to say, I could feel their joy just by me being there. In that moment, I think just a simple connection, just by being present, make a difference. And be kind. And it didn't stop me there, because I had a second chance and opportunity to go back to Mindsville, knowing that the smallest presence could actually make a very big difference. And the person in charge also told us that they are always excited and eager for the day will come to bring in a little joy into their life. When I heard that, my heart sank. I really feel feeling that. And every kind words, smile, and helping hand does not make it a big difference for you to act. Because I believe that no matter how small an act it is, we all have the potential to change lives and community around us just by being an act we do in our everyday life. With that, I used to think that Rotaract was only just about helping people. Yet I've come to realize it's also a place where I can truly bond with all of them, making memories that will last lifetime. Every moment here shows me that when we come together, we not only make a difference in the world, but also brighten up each other's life. And I see the incredible power of everyone coming together and have each person's unique idea and strength to share together to change a positive life that what we can do along the way. With that, I never imagined that I had the opportunity and strength to stand here today. It is because of Mr. Zaki and a few board of directors that make all the difference. It is because of their trust that I am here today sharing my heart with all of you that make all the difference. Thank you all for being here. And Thank you for inspiring me to take the first step. Thank you.
Thank you, Tongan. So honestly, I'm quite amazed. Like her speech shared how she's done so much and she's so passionate. So once again, Mr. Zaki, you did really well. You have groomed very talented Rotaractors. And as a fellow Rotaractor and a fellow IT student myself, very proud that there are lecturers like you, dedicate your time and service to groom you guys. You guys are very fortunate, I can say. Like out of all the colleges, you guys are the most fortunate. So, okay, so now the next one, let's invite Keith, and he'll be sharing more about creating a better world from a Singaporean perspective. Keith.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Keith, and today I stand here before you to share to ask you a question, simple but yet powerful. What does a better world look like? Right? Curious, right? So, for starters, let's start with our nation first, right? We live in Singapore. Fortunately for us, we live in a nation that's built on diligence, innovation, and unity, right? But do you really think that a better world really is really like just like this? It's not what we already have, it's what more we can do, right? So a better Singapore, in my perspective, is that no one is left behind. We must ensure that education, healthcare, and opportunities must be accessible to all, like what Miyazaki did for all of us, right? Okay. But this is not just all of it, right? Whether if you are supporting the elderlies or the youth or embracing those with different abilities, inclusivity is the key to our nation's strength. Next, better Singapore will be where one care for the environment. Climate change is not a distant problem. It is happening now. You can feel it when you go outside, whether it's with oil and stuff. So what can we do about this? Right? We all know that it's happening. So what can we do to prevent about this? For starters, I came up with 3 ways. It's pretty simple. We can start by reducing our wastage, conserving energy, and opt for more sustainable solutions. So pretty simple. We've all done it, do it together. But what do you do this? It's so that we can protect this home of ours for future generations. Now, a better world is not just about grand gestures that you see in the news headlines here and there. It starts with you and I. All of us have the power to create change. We have the heart to do it. It is whether we want it or not. And each one of us sitting here chose to do it. This is why we are here today to promote our message here and there. We can start by choosing kindness. We can start by standing for what is right when they see wrong. And we start by believing that every small effort counts. Though that nobody may see it, it really do count. Now, after speaking about all these ways that can help to promote a better nation for us, what have I done to promote this? No, not just me. Me and my fellow Rotarians right here, sitting down, we have come out with many events to do better for the world. I'll just name 3 of this. One of the events that we did was Recycling Day, where we created a recycling spot for the help neighborhood areas to come down to recycle the unwanted items. Along the way, by helping them recycle here and there. We share stories, listening to their stories, sharing and laughter, we bond. Next. Another event is Migrant Brother Appreciation Day. We collect clothes from the public, play sports with them, bond with them, and do arts and crafts. And then we know and understand the hardship that our migrant brothers are going through, especially through climate change, right? Whether it's hot here and there. Finally, the last event, and many more to come. The event is beach cleanup. It's a very simple but yet impactful event. This is where we just simply go down to the beach, pick up trash in groups, and create a more fun, safe environment for the community. Just imagine yourself stepping on a shards of bottles. You actually hurt, right? You'll bleed here and there. All these events have something in common. It's all pretty simple. We can all do it. But why aren't more people doing it? Have you ever asked yourself that? It's just simply because perhaps some of them may not know how to do it, how to start. For starters, like me, I don't know how to start to do a community event like this before until I met Ms. Zaki, who brought me into Project Club and shows me that every Rotarians have different perspective of doing a betterment of the world. But then they ask us, how do we do it? If each one of us have different vision, different ideas, different perspective, how do we all come together to make a better world together as one? But this is what Rotaract is all about. Come together, different ideas, different vision to serve, to create magic, to make a betterment of the world. Now, all these events that I just mentioned are all our ways, IT for example, of pursuing to do betterment of the world. Now, question for all of you before I end my speech is, what can you do to do better for the world, right? I may seem not as important or so, but I'm still trying my best. So why not let us join hands, work together, and let me lead you to do a betterment for the world. Let us make Singapore that's not just booming, but also compassionate, inclusive, and sustainable. A Singapore that truly represents a better world. I may not have the skills like Aiken to do magic in here and there. I may not have the capability of Hong Kong to manage to memorize the script flawlessly. I may not have the abilities of different people to do their speech differently. But I'm confident in my skill of leading all of us to prove to other nations that we can do better for our world. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, Chief. It was very interesting to listen from your perspectives about the world and your experience in community service. Thank you for stepping out of your comfort zone and persevere. That's what we are looking forward for. Next, we have Rayan, who will be sharing about anti-capitalism, world peace, and social justice. Rayan.
All right. A very good afternoon to all. My name is Rayan Iskandar, and thank you for getting here today to speak on a better world ahead. I stand before you today to speak about a vision of a better world. A world where justice, equality, and peace prevails, not in some corners of the world, but all. This vision is deeply rooted in confronting the system of exploitation, injustice, and inequality that perpetuates suffering across the globe. At the heart of this vision lies the critique of capitalism, a system that has been lauded as a symbol of prosperity, progress, and freedom. But in reality, it is far from what the promises that have been made. Capitalism and under its system, wealth is concentrated in the hands of a powerful minority, while millions of people abroad are suffering in poverty, struggling to gain access to basic needs and necessities, and face the devastating consequences of systematic inequality. Capitalism, by its very nature, thrives on competition, exploitation, and commodification of all things. and everything from healthcare, education, and even the environment. It reduces human life. It exploits workers, undercuts communities, and perpetuates cycles of poverty and oppression. But we must not lose hope, for the promise of a better world lies in rejecting this kind of systems and imagining something different. A system that is more just, where the values of cooperation, solidarity, and fairness replaces heavy competition and human greed. A world that rejects ideology of individualism and instead embrace the collective good. Recognizing that the well-being of each other is intrinsically intertwined with the well-being of others. Social justice is a cornerstone of such a world. It is not some sort of flamboyant ideal, but a crucial framework for dismantling systems that has inequality that divides us further. It means fighting for equal rights to education, healthcare, and economic opportunity for all, regardless of races, genders, and socioeconomic status in society. It means addressing the systems of oppression that marginalize communities that have been affected by poverty, unjust, and injustice. It is also a fight against systematic racism, oppression, exploitation, being downtrodden, and discrimination in all forms. In lifting up the marginalized and ensuring that every voice is heard, every person is valued, and every person is treated with dignity and honor. It means also creating a system where healthcare, education, and housing are not just privileges for the minority few, but a basic human rights for all of us. It means fighting for an economic system that empowers people, not just corporate and companies in general. To achieve this vision, we must also advocate for world peace. The capitalist system fuels war for resources, imperialist expansion, and military interventionism that destabilizes the whole region. They are in reality to control wealth, land, and power. We also need to challenge the military mindset, the militaristic mindset, where one prioritizes weapons over the human life and security. True peace is not just the absence of war, it is the presence of justice, a presence of peace rooted in fulfillment of basic human rights, the eradication of poverty, and the guarantee of dignity and respect for all people. A world without war is not merely a dream. It is a necessity if we are to survive as a group of species and call Earth our very home. A better world means structures that work for everyone and not just for the wealthy few. It means building a society where economics serves the people and not the other way around. It means economic that rooted in stability, cooperation, and mutual care, where decisions are made based on human need rather than corporate greed. But creating a better world is not just the work that's being done in one day, nor the responsibility of an individual. It requires the collective effort of us all, consisting and comprises of thinkers, doers, activists, and dreamers, together hand in hand to resist the forces of inequality and injustice. We must also amplify the voices of the unheard, standing in solidarity with those who are marginalized and work tirelessly for dismantling of systems that perpetuate inequality. And last part would be a better world is when we prioritize the collective over the individual, in the pursuit of wealth does not come at the cost of individuals, humanity, and planet, so that every person can live with dignity, opportunity, and peace. It is a world where social justice is not an afterthought process, but a foundation of which we can build our future upon. In closing, let us be the generation dares to imagine and create a world where the ideals of justice, equality, and peace are not just aspiration, but an attempt to reify them. Let us work together to dismantle the system that divides us and replace them with a world that celebrates the dignity and potential of every human being. To a world of peace and justice, we must put an end to exploitation, we must put an end to war, and last but not least, put an end to oppression. Together we can build that world, together we can realize it. People of our land unite. And thank you very much for your time for listening to my speech.
Thank you, Ryan. Wow, sounds like the minister came here today to give a speech. Can feel the gusto. Okay, so our next speaker will be Ray, whose topic is about how small act of kindness and service can lead to bigger changes. So, Ray, come on stage. Oh, let's welcome her. Come on stage. Hello.
Good afternoon. My name is Ray, and I am grateful to be able to stand here before you all today to share a speech regarding the topic of affection. So, what does it mean to fight for the world? For many, it may mean showing kindness, practicing empathy, understanding the complexities of right and wrong, or advocating for climate action. While these are all valuable efforts, I believe the foundation of a better world begins with us. And while that may sound simple, it is far from easy. In a world where we often focus in pointing out the flaws in others, we sometimes forget to look inward. And transformation starts from within. It begins by being self-aware, taking the time to reflect on our own thoughts, actions, and behavior. I believe that people understand themselves easier, are better able at maintaining others. They are able to see the world from perspectives that differ from their own, or using discernment to understand it nonetheless. This self-awareness nurtures empathy, allowing us to build deeper, more authentic relationships. When we evolve as individuals, we collectively create a society that values growth, mutual respect, and well-being. It starts with us, which shows that we think individually ourselves. When we define success not by what we achieve, but by who we become, we are not only changing our own life, we are shaping a better world for everyone. Thank you.
you, Ray. Next, we will have Jeremy, who will be talking about how to spread kindness and make someone's day even brighter. Jeremy, please.
Have you ever noticed how a small gesture can make someone's day? Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Jeremy, and I'll be sharing about a kind act that could impact on someone's day or maybe even their life. Sometimes it's as simple as a smile, lending a kind word, or lending a helping hand when someone least expected. In a world where we're consistently on the go, it's easy to get wrapped up in our own busy life. But have you ever stopped to think about how a small gesture from you can truly make a difference in someone else's day? Actually, it doesn't take much to put a smile on someone's face. Just think about it. A warm hello, a compliment, or even holding the door open for someone. Those small actions may seem insignificant to us, but to someone who is having a tough day, this can mean the world. If you have ever received a kind gesture during a tough time, you will know how powerful it is. It's a reminder that kindness still exists and we are not alone in this world. So here's the thing. Being helpful isn't as difficult as we sometimes make it out. Often, we think we need to do something huge or extraordinary. But the truth is, even the simplest act of kindness make the world of better. Imagine by taking a few minutes of your time, helping someone or maybe listening to their stories can brighten their day in ways you can't even imagine. So, from my experience, whenever my friend asks me what CCA I'm in, I'll proudly say that I'm in a Rotaract Club, a volunteering CCA. And the first thing they will say is, ew, boring. Why join this boring CCA? Through that, I understand that they might not know the deeper purpose behind volunteering. Also, they may not see the long-term value that came from making someone's day a little brighter or a little easier. But to me, I truly believe that the true value of volunteering isn't about the immediate impact. It's about creating the ripple effect. One act of kindness can inspire someone to do the same. So the next time when someone tells you that volunteering or helping others is boring or pointless, don't let that discourage you. They may not know the power of volunteering. At the end of the day, the choice is ours. We can spend our time on things that does not have much lasting value, or we can dedicate ourselves to make the world a little better. So the next time, when someone needs a little help or a smile, don't hesitate. Go ahead, make their day a little brighter. You'll be amazed at how even the smallest action can create a big impact. After all, being helpful isn't difficult. And when we make the effort to help someone, we're not just helping them, we're helping ourselves. And before I end off my speech, I'd like all of you to do me a favor. Could you please give a kind word to the person next to you? But before that, I'll start the ball rolling. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank all of you for listening to my speech. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeremy. That was a very, very touching speech. I would say you're right. There are people out there, they're a little bit more transactional, but the people here are a bit different. They are more willing to give, and you're surrounded by the right people. So carry on. Don't let people affect you. Okay, so the next one will be inviting Zaliet, whose topic is about linking kindness to our daily lives for a better world. Zaliet.
Alright, so good afternoon, fellow Rotaractors from District 3310. My name is Jadid, and today I'll be talking about something that I hold true to my heart, spreading kindness for a better world. So, I just like a show of hands, alright? How often do you guys just get a compliment off the bat? Like, let's just say off the street. You, Ethan? You? Okay, so what did he say to you? Did he say you're handsome? And you smell good. All right. So I assume you know how powerful that act of kindness can be, even as small as it may be, right? Because kindness ultimately is powerful. It uplifts us. And ultimately, before we know it, that small act of kindness can snowball into something that is far beyond what we can see. Now, a good example of an act of kindness that I've experienced myself by doing community service in Rotaract is through this event called Wellness on Wheels. It was just a simple day, or so I thought. Originally, we were supposed to just give out goods to those that are needy and the elderly in a surrounding neighborhood. At first, I thought it would be a simple act, just give out the items, initiate some small chit chat. But ultimately, as I was distributing the items, I slowly realized that each time I communicated and initiated a conversation with those in the neighborhood, I could just see their faces light up. I could see them getting warmer to us. And that's when it hit me. It wasn't the materialistic value of the items that mattered. It was the fact that we decided to be kind and bond with them for that day. I would assume that because of our kindness, it allowed them to be heard, seen, and valued. Ultimately, I think that one way that we could implement kindness in our everyday lives is just by, for example, on the MRT, if you just here you see if you see someone that's physically injured, or maybe they look like they're having a tired or rough day. So all in all, I just like to wrap up. I'm going to be honest, I believe that none of us may have the time or volition. We just go out like using our own free time to go sign up for a community service event. But I ask of one thing from all of you today. Be kind to your friends, your family, yourself, importantly. And last but not least, to anyone who you may come across. Because I'm sure that a small act of kindness can change the world. Thank you.
Thank you, Elliot. Your words have reminded us that even the smallest act of kindness can create a ripple effect, making the world a better place. Next, we have Fawn, who will be talking about how kindness can help us build a better world. Fawn, please.
Before I start, I would like to ask, do you think that kindness has been lacking in our generation? Good afternoon, everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Fawn, and I would like to share the importance of kindness. Firstly, what is kindness? Kindness is the essence of being warm, considerate, and also generous. It's not only reflected in our character, but also the small yet meaningful actions we take to uplift others. A small, simple gesture like giving up your seat or maybe expressing your gratitude to someone that cleans your table at a hawker center embodies kindness. It can be also seen as an act of like offering a helping hand to someone, that is carrying a lot of heavy items. And all these embodies kindness. And these little acts of compassion, they actually can make and brighten someone's day. For instance, I recently actually went through this incident and witnessed this incident that left me deeply frustrated. An elderly woman actually asked a young teenager that if he could give up his seat for her due to a knee injury. Instead of showing kindness, he said this that made me feel super frustrated. Who are you? Why do you think I should give up my seat for you? I had a long day in school as well, so why should I give up the seat for you? Hearing this, I felt a surge of anger and decided to give up my seat instead for her. And as I did, the entire train car fell silent. And I do know that in today's generation, not many people are as kind, not only to maybe their family members, it's to strangers or maybe to their closest friends as well. And so now, let's take a moment to all understand and all reflect on this. What if that were you in the future that desperately need the seat? How would you feel? Now, see, many people do not realize how powerful words can be. Or maybe they don't even know how a thoughtless remark, a spoken without consideration, can affect someone. That's why it's important to be kind. Because on the other hand, when someone be kind, like giving up your seat or expressing your gratitude, can brighten someone's day. So why not choose kindness? There's many people that feels there's no need to be kind, because it doesn't really, it doesn't benefit yourself. But it's not true. All these things can be worked out and can be done if you show single thank you or something small, a compliment, or maybe just giving out a seat. You don't really have to talk. I think that many people can choose kindness if they were to be able to just take a step forward, to actually learn and maybe just say a word thank you. Kindness is a ripple that never fades. It continues to spread, touching lives in ways that we'll never fully see. So I urge all of you today to set aside your ego, to open your heart and embrace the power of kindness. And I think that no matter how small your act is, every moment of kindness helps and build a seed or plant a single small seed for a better tomorrow. So that's why it's important to be kind. My name is Fawn. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Fawn. Wow, that's giving off lady boss vibes. Okay, so now let's invite Dion, whose topic is on the importance of unity in creating a better world. Dion, please.
Afternoon, judges. Knowing others is a wisdom, but knowing oneself. This quote by Sun Tzu in the Art of War book, it tells us that our wisdom is about knowing others and your behavior and your perspective of their opinion. That is how for interaction. But I think enlightenment, it means that you understand yourself. You know what you want to do. And when you do service, you know what you want to achieve. And that is the true thing. In this world, there are many challenges. Countless wars are ongoing, having bad influence on all of us. More than 500 million of people are suffering from poverty. There's lots of scarcity on their food and water. And they also don't have the necessities for their daily life. To me, I think that for us to do this, we need the youngsters. Because they're not getting any older. Millennials born in the 1980s are reaching their 40s. The Gen Zs are reaching their 80s. It's time for the millennials and the Gen Zs, especially those at the back, so you can hear this. You must take the stepping stone to climb through the ladder in order for you to do well, provide services for the world. In my life, when I was young, I wanted to be a dedicated soldier, an honorable soldier. But what did I do before I enlisted for army? When I was in IT Rotaract, IT College Central, I had a chance to compete with guys. And thanks to POD, Board of Directors of my Community Service Club, a Rotaract Club of IT College Central, aka Keep On. It gives me an opportunity. He wants me to join a volunteer service. I was, no, I'll go ahead. The first event I went to was the JB Overseas Trip. It was very fun for me too. I can know all of the board of directors, Paul, Justin, all of your everyone, so lovely, Aiken, all of your. And also fellow members that are actually now board of directors too. We have Siki, Tanu, Jeremy, all of you are part of my new family. Sounds like Lawrence Wong right there. Shit, suddenly lost what I wanted to say, but okay. As I was saying, the things that they done for me are exceptional. And because of that, subsequently, I went for the second Johor Bahru trip. It was very fun. I do it again. If I'm doing here right now, I'm talking really, I should be comfortable.
right? I was 1:59, 1:59, 6 a.m. We have to get ready by 6 a.m. for each club. Some may know I'm the MC of the beach club. Oh yeah, first, oh, gave me an opportunity. He wants me to be a leader. Gave me the MC role. I thought, oh, simple solution. And judges, extinguish questions, DPPRC, district, governor, and so on. Speeches. Presentations. Hi, good morning. Please come back. Wait. Technological issue. Wait. This term, technological issue, is whenever I'm started or murdered, is when I say it. And which is why my teacher in charge, Mr. Zaki, and all of y'all, my fellow BOD right now, y'all always say me whenever I started or muttered, right? You always say this, your technological issue is it? Walao way, how can you do this? That's what they always say. But then I had the courage. I found out that through this MC event, this beach cleanup event, oh, though there are many negative side about this ceremony, but I took it into a positive way. I realized that I had the courage to even try new experiences. Try to be an MC that I've never done before. All the time I was just doing speeches for my volleyball CCAs and so on. I've never done MCs. And also the fact that although there are many mistakes, I learned from those failures. I took into account of what they are and which why Keith Ong is an inspirational person to me right now. Thank you. Through this experience, I learned many stuff. However, there are some things that I also picked up. They all have helped me with heart and passion. But the thing is, when you're in this Rotaract club, it's about learning from others and also giving others opportunities to others. There was this phrase called, a great leader doesn't build followers, he builds more leaders. It's very straightforward. What Kifong has demonstrated, he did not just want me to follow his footsteps. He gave me an opportunity to become a leader, which is why I'm standing right here before you as a Deputy Director of International Service. And okay, my OIC is not here, so I can say this. I'm the OIC of next week Johor Bahru trip overseas trip. Thank you. All this said, I would like to end off here with one thing. In life, there are many ups and downs. We may not know everyone here. I may not know all the judges, or I can even recall all of my board of directors members' names. But you should take a time to understand who they are, what are their background stories, what are their failures. There are 8 billion people in this world right now. There are over 8 billion people, in fact. But you can't know every single one of them. But we can put in an effort. We can make a difference by helping them from where we can and when we can do so. Thank you, I'm Dion. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Dion, our younger version of Lawrence Wong here. Okay, for reminding us that when we stand together, we can actually overcome challenges. So next, let's invite Tanu, who will be talking about how small actions can create a big impact in making the world a better place. Tanu, please.
Have you ever seen a small act of kindness completely change someone's day? Like when a stranger smiles at you when you're feeling down, or when someone lends you a helping hand when you least expect it. Even as simple as a few words of encouragement can make a huge difference. And the best part, each of us here today holds that power to do so. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Tanun. It's truly an honor to be here today to speak on World Speech Day and a topic I feel really strongly about, which is for a better world. Now, when we think about how we can make the world better, we often think, maybe it's due to huge life-changing events like climate change or ending poverty, or even just about other big events. When actually it's about the small contributions in life, which is like just being kind to someone, having that patience with another person, or even just understanding some struggles that people will go through. During my time in Rotaract, I've met many people and got to so many events and experiences that I'm eternally grateful for. Today, I want to share with you one specific event that I went through, which was the CCIS 2024 event on homelessness in Singapore. Now, when I talk about the topic of homelessness in Singapore, you might think, this is not a very rare topic in Singapore, correct? Actually, you're wrong. Homelessness in Singapore now is increasing steadily. So after I went to this event and I saw participants put themselves in the shoes of homelessness people, I felt even more awareness for them. I feel that they are being judged based on their negative experiences. But that's not true at all. Not all of them went through negative experiences to land in a position like that. But if we give them the chance to start over, they actually can. Some of them go through mental health struggles or don't know where to start, or just need that a little bit of nudge to start off. So instead of judging them, I feel that we can actually support them in the long-term run, and that homelessness in Singapore will decrease over time. Another event I would like to talk about is that beyond volunteering in Rotaract, I've also gained insight on. I was a pretty introverted person. I still am. I'm trying to come out from my comfort zone. So this next event I'm talking about was one of my BOD entrusted me and two other members to come up with a booth idea for a Halloween basket at Instagram. So I came up with this DIY spider making booth. I thought to myself, what if it was too boring? What if it was too simple? What people might not like it? So as the event commenced, it was much to my surprising that kids, families, even adults enjoyed it. I was so shocked because they were all laughing, having fun, and telling me, wow, this is such a great idea. I thought to myself, oh my gosh, I did something that actually made people happy in that day. And I felt an impactful change that I made just by that small thing. So I would just like to say that small contributions do matter over time. You don't have to do something big in order to spread the word kindness or gain awareness. It starts by you doing something really small, and you will never know the type of impact you will have on that person. I would also like to say that I'm grateful to stand here today to talk about World Speech Day and for a better world. I wouldn't be here today if it weren't for my lecturer, Mr. Zaki. To me, he's not just a lecturer, he's a mentor. He doesn't just tell me that it's about skills or achievement, but it's more about character, purpose, and resilience. That advice really, throughout my entire journey, will stick with me. So today, I just want to reach out to all of you as an individual and carry back one question. How can you, as an individual, make this world just a little bit better? You don't have to do something huge, but you can start somewhere small. For instance, turn to the person beside you and say, hey, looking gorgeous today. Or you can even just go for a small campaign and raise awareness. As simple as that. I urge every single one of you today to actually take in mind that kindness is not a small issue. It's actually something that you can never know about the impact we make on the other person or the other party. So thank you so much, and let's continue to make a difference. Thank you.
Thank you, Tanu. That was a very touching speech. I totally agree. I mean, kindness, it's always been a topic in Rotaract, right? And you guys being part of Rotaract itself pretty much have already made a very, very significant change on the people that you guys are helping out. So thank you. Okay, so now on to the next one. We'll have Siki. So he'll be talking more about climate change. Siki, please.
Very good morning to everyone. My name is Siki, and I'm honored to welcome you all to Workstation. Today, we're not here to talk about a distant, idealistic future. Instead, we are here to address the urgent issues that we face today. One of the most critical issues we face today is climate change. It affects all of us, no matter who we are or where we live. Over the past few months, we have witnessed the devastating impact of climate change. In Singapore, we have seen unforeseen heavy rainfall in areas like Bukit Timah and Jurong East, which causes flash floods in their areas. This caused a disruption with the daily life, and it caused property damage. Globally, 2024 was marked by unprecedented heat waves, which affected parts of Europe, North America, and Asia. These events struck a very big impact on the globe, so globally. In Maldives, rising sea levels had led to frequent flooding, which threatens its own existence as an island nation. In 2024, it was the worst weather event that happened, where it was the highest temperature recorded, with heat waves, droughts, rainfall, and floods affecting many parts of the world. For instance, in Spain, there was severe flood which affected cities like Valencia, which forced thousands to evacuate from their homes. In the United States, Hawaii faced deadly wildfires which killed over 100 people. Also in Singapore, we have seen the rise of temperatures, and we also are feeling the effects of temperatures as well. In April, it was the highest temperature on record, with almost 1.3 degrees Celsius higher than usual. This has made daily life uncomfortable and also made even simple activities harder to enjoy. So we talk all about these events, but we don't talk about the root causes of it. Personally, I've witnessed that the sun is much more stronger, and even in the past, the sun is so harsh that it's very hard to find comfort. And the sun is always blinding your eye. So even walking to school, going out, it makes me sweat instantly, which is not comfortable at all. It's not only us who are feeling the effects of climate change. I've seen birds trying to cool off by sitting in the shade or drenching themselves in water. This makes me realize how climate change is not just affecting us, it's affecting everyone, even the animals. So what can we do? The next step we could take is by making small changes in our lives, such as using less energy, choosing sustainable transport, and educating others on climate change. Every action, no matter how small, contributes to a better world. Together, a better world is where our planet is healthy and thriving. To end off, I'll end off with a quote by Wendell Berry, an environmental activist and American author. he said that the earth is what we all have. So let's do our part and take care of it. Thank you. CT, your message has inspired us to rethink about our daily habits and also to work together to protect our planet. So let's invite Ken, whose topic is about how a simple act of kindness can make a difference for those in need.
I just want to start off by saying, you live one life, make sure you make it count. Hello everyone, I'm Ken, and today I'm going to be talking about kind acts that we can do to make someone else's life better. Now, let me tell you a story. But before that, I want to ask all of you a question. How many of you here took a MRT to school today? Anyone? Like, take a MRT, public transport, make your way here. All right, hi. Because we'll be talking about that soon. Now, story time. Recently, I was on my way to Suntec. I had to make my way there to run some errands, as I had a booth that was coming up soon. Well, I was on the MRT, there was this row of students from primary school. Now, this is normal, but everyday occurrence. You see it often. There's another thing that I saw. Well, in this case, another person. A pregnant lady who was standing. I think you guys see the slide issue here. But what really struck a chord with me is these groups of primary school students were from my primary school, Mayflower Primary School. So it was a bit more personal, if you ask me. Now, let me just show you what I did. I saw the students, I asked them, could you give your seat to this pregnant lady over here? As one of them was taking the priority and playing North Stars. Yeah. So he said, who are you to ask me to do something that I don't have to do? That's like, yeah, you're right. But maybe something can change your mind. You see this photo, my bad. My bad. See this? Okay, go ahead, already. This is my primary school card, which was Mayflower Primary School. So I told them, guys, I hate to be that guy, because everyone does, let's be honest here. But I am from your primary school, and I'm very sure that your teachers taught you properly to always be kind to others. And also, if you're holding the priority seat, you shouldn't be sitting on it if there's people who need it more. Now, let me ask you a question again. Why have a priority seat or something that is supposed to be used by others, but use it for yourself and ignoring its original function? Doesn't that make the priority seat pointless? Right? Now, after I told them that I was from the primary school, they asked me, what was it like? Then I said, it was okay. They taught us well. Then I asked them, what's primary school like? They told me about the 5 values that they were taught, which was respect, integrity, willingness to lead and serve, commitment to excellence, and one more that off the top of my head that I don't remember. Here's the thing. These values were the values that I was taught at that time. Nothing changed. So I asked, do you think that by occupying this whole world, you're displaying these values well? They shook their head, and here's the funny part. After I said that, the whole world stood up. We only needed one person to volunteer. The whole world stood up. That's like, guys, calm down. Only one of you had to stand up. May I ask the one with the priority statement stand up, please, as that is the seat that we need ourselves. And so he stood. He apologized to me. He apologized to the pregnant lady who was in need of a seat. Now then, back to my point for a better world. Why did I do this? Because in Singapore, most of us, well, almost all of us, let's be honest, like to complain. We complain, oh, the sun terrible, oh, my clothes wet, oh, bird attack my car. I don't think I need to use the word, but you should know what I'm talking about. So, we Singaporeans tend to complain all the time, but there's one issue that I feel like we need to talk about. We complain, yet we do not take action. I'm sure some of you are aware that a lot of people, those bystanders, as I like to call them, tend to judge more than they act. Now, I'm sure you guys are aware of STOP or the subreddit r/MRT. Here's the issue. From what I saw, most people tend to take pictures of those who are doing acts or being inconsiderate to others and post it on some or this subreddit that I'm talking about right now. But here's the issue. Once again, we complain, we do not act. Now let me tell you another story that is relating to another kind act, but more so a gesture that I feel we can do. When I was on my way to get food for myself, as I was hungry, I was walking, taking my own sweet time, walking. Then guess what? I was minding my own business, no sound, no visual cue. E-scooter. You guys can picture it? E-scooter speeding on the way, on the pedestrian walkway. Yeah. So obviously, thankfully, when I was paying attention, I moved out of the way. The e-scooter, and then I figured, oh, my bad. Now, here's the next part of the story that really interested me. The uncle stopped his e-scooter. You may be thinking, oh, what a nice guy. Maybe he's going to apologize for almost hitting me. Guys, what do you think happened? Anyone? Of course not. I hit me back. I am hospital, buddy. So what happened was he stopped. He turned to me. Boy, don't know how to look. Then I was like, boy, you call me boy? Of course cannot say it. It's internal monologue. I was like, wow, this uncle, I hope that whatever, don't say again. Of course that's bad. Of course that's terrible to think about. So instead of fighting back or arguing back, I bit my pride, apologize, and carry on with my day. Because to me, this world we live in is relatively negative already. Why should we add on to that negativity if we can go out of our way to avoid it? Now then, I returned home. I told my mom what happened because she often asked me, how's your day? And stuff like that. So I said, some uncle almost bang into me with the e-scooter. Then she said, how many times already? I said, quite a lot. Like, maybe it's you're the problem. I said, maybe. But in that case, it wasn't. So, because I had this track record of e-scooters almost hitting me, I like e-scooters like that. So, another thing that I feel we can do to make the world a better place is, let's go back to the MRT situation. I'm sure that we can maybe volunteer our seats, ask someone to do it on their behalf. But what I think we can do as well is maybe introduce a volunteering service. Like those who are on the train, who maybe inform others of situations in the train, such as the pregnant lady that I mentioned. Since most people are more engrossed in their devices than they are in their surroundings, so they do not tend to look up until they're stopped. So I was thinking maybe we could introduce a volunteering service. And why would people volunteer? What is there to gain? Because we all know humans in general now. What's in it for me? Right? So I was thinking maybe we could award them a certificate of volunteering on the train, something like that. Because in this world, most of us are looking for that piece of paper that will validate our efforts or to show evidence of what we have done. And I'm really hoping that the idea could really come to life. Now then, I would like to end off my speech really quick here with something simple. I see all of you guys dressed to impress, like really formal, very nice. Then I'm like, oh shoot, I sure like this in IT uniform. Isn't it a bit awkward, a bit really? I do feel that way. Yes, I do. So I've been thinking, that's fine. I may show up simple, but it gets the job done. As I truly believe that is beauty in simpleness, like simple. There is beauty in something simple, yes. So I feel just because I'm wearing my uniform, it doesn't really matter if I speak on it. And as you saw just now, I kind of showed up with a mask because my throat is like on life support on the head. But I don't want that to affect my speech whatsoever. As I previously mentioned, you live one life, make it count. So Raja told me about this event that was happening, and I thought, sure, why not participate? I have nothing to do on Saturday. And then I woke up, terrible thought. But it's better now, somehow. Wow. Maybe someone up there thought, hey, this kid hit by e-scooter, God knows how many times already. He show mercy. So I was like, hey, I don't feel too bad anymore. I can get through this. That's why I said I didn't need a mic, as I felt my voice protection was enough. And thankfully, I think it is. So let me end this off by saying, you live once, do what you want to, be kind to others, but don't change yourself. Thank you for listening to my speech.
Thank you, Ken, for the thought-provoking speech. But I have one question. Is that really your primary school card? The one in your wallet. Okay. Interesting. Okay, now we'll have the next contestant, Zhu Hui, should be talking about he'll be talking about the power of service and how meaningful connections can create a better world. Zhu Hui.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Zhu from IT College Central. So now, imagine a world where no one lends out, where kindness is rare, where people walk past each other as strangers. Is that the kind of world you want to live in? Probably not. But now, imagine where a small act of kindness sparks hope, where a simple smile brightens someone's day, and also where an act of service brings people together. That is the world we all dream of, a better world. And good news, we don't have to imagine it, we have the power to create it. Starting with one simple choice, the choice to serve. It happens every single day, often in the simplest way. It's in a warm smile that greets a stranger, the helping hand that lifts someone up, and the kind of words that turn that day around. It's in the patience of a teacher, the dedication of a caregiver, and the generosity of a friend. So today, let's discover how each of us can play a role in shaping a better world through the power of service. So for me, I experienced this very firsthand during a Silver Book event where I participated as an expo of their club. These initiatives were designed to bring joy to elderly by improving their physical and mental well-being through home improvement activities such as replacing bed frames, cash treatments, painting, and home improvement. But to be very honest, I wasn't excited about it at first. Planning the event felt overwhelming. I even considered opting out as I was not motivated. But as the event unfolded, something unexpected happened. When I was painting a house and assisting a resident with decluttering, I saw a female resident sat outside, quiet and distant. And I started wondering, do our actions really matter? Then everything changed. After we completed the whole home transformation, I saw the way her eyes lit up. She looked around in awe and started smiling, repeating saying, thank you so much to me. It wasn't just about a fresh coat of paint or the clean space. It was something deeper. She felt cared for and seen. And in that moment, I realized how small act of kindness can create a better world. So this is transformative, not just those we serve, but also for ourselves. What started as a simple volunteering became a moment of growth, teaching me that a better world isn't always built through massive changes. It's built through daily connection, being present for others by truly listening and caring for others. So in conclusion, a better world isn't built in a day. It's built in moments. It's built when we choose kindness over indifference. Each of us have the power to make a difference. Each of us have the power to make a difference. So each of us have the power to make a difference. So It doesn't take grand gestures or a huge sacrifice, just the willingness to be there for someone, to listen, to care, to act. So now, I ask you, will you be there for someone, to listen, to care, to act? Because a battle isn't just something you wish for. A battle is something we create together, one act of kindness at a time. Thank you.
Anyway, now we'll have Afra who will be talking about raising awareness on abuse and how we can make a positive impact.
In life, everyone will say, do what makes you happy, but also what makes God happy if you have a religious belief. But you know, it is your luck when both the beliefs are the same. Putting a smile on people's face, making this world a better place. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, high regard speakers and fellow members. I'm Afra from IT College Central's Rotaract Club. Today, I'm here to share about a topic which is really normalized nowadays and is also substituted for love and compassion. That is abuse. Abuse nowadays is so normalized that people don't even know the difference between the different types of abuse. And that is psychological abuse, mental abuse, emotional abuse, and verbal abuse. People genuinely think that abuse is all just about violence, physical, but it can also be about different groups. Because abuse just does not affect an individual, it affects the whole community because of the scars that they have in life. It goes a long way. And it can also be passed from generation to generation. And because of the unhealed pain and fear and the mistrust that they have in each other. And I think, what if we can create a world which just doesn't think that abuse is unthinkable, but also unacceptable? What if we can create a world where the vision is not just possible, but it's also essential that we need to stop abuse? And what if every relationship is based on compassion, love, and strength of supporting each other? Now coming to my own and my own experience, I would like to say in 2022, I went to India, Maharashtra. I went to visit a home, Meghalaya. It is for a woman who got abused, raped, or went through all walks of life through trauma. When I went there, I realized that those women were extraordinary. When I look at them, I look up to them on how they embrace themselves, embrace the scars, put on like a warrior and move on and upskill themselves and learn new skills. And that's when I returned back to Singapore and I realized that I want to still keep playing a part in these people's life. I want to make donations as much as I could from Singapore to India so that these women out here can learn more and upskill themselves. And that's when I told my grandmother, Ma, I want to donate $50 or $100 like next month. And she said no. And I asked, why not? And she said, you earn that money. Isn't it your parents' money? And I said, yeah, but why can't I donate it? And she said, you will never understand the happiness of giving someone if it's not earned from your own. And that's when, after I come back to Singapore from India, I went to Uniqlo and I worked there part-time. And when I went there, after I got my first salary, I got $400 and I gave $100 to Meghalaya. When I give it over there, 2 days later, I got a picture. When I look at the picture, I felt so happy and so, because those women out there were learning how to sew due to the money that I gave. They were doing trinkets. And after that, I felt that I always wanted to keep doing impact. And that's when I started spreading awareness to a lot of people, which is my friends, family, and loved ones. And I just keep wanting to spread awareness and also donate. If you guys can donate, please donate. Even if it's $1 or $5 or $50, it still makes a great impact. And the reason why I keep wanting to spread awareness is also because when abuse happened in my own house, when my aunt got abused, I just stood there. I didn't know what to do because the person who was getting abused and the person who was abusing was not victim. And now coming to myself, when I got abused, I just stood there shouting back that not to hurt me, but I didn't know I could voice out or what I could do because I was really young. And I think if each of us know what is abuse and what is not abuse, we can voice out for each other, even if it's our own family. We should be brave enough to voice it out to different people. Together, if we put in the effort, everyone can heal, live with dignity and freedom. And not just that, abuse cannot be done to anyone that we want because everyone is a human and they're not a god. And I think everyone should realize that abuse is a topic which cannot just be neglected, it also has to be addressed. With that, thank you so much for giving this opportunity to talk about abuse and spread awareness to create a better world.
Thank you, Afra, for your powerful and eye-opening speech. So our last speaker will be Gabriel. who will be talking about how protecting and nurturing artists and performers in the world of performing arts. Ralphie.
Who among you here watched the Harry Potter film series? Anyone? I personally found it magical. Now let me tell you about the magic of service. The magic of service is a unique energy that goes beyond the typical concept of spells, and it's not about accomplishing huge feats, but about our tiny, meaningful actions that bring light to the darkest corners of our world, causing ripples of change. I realized that serving others is not just about I realized that serving others is the key to creating a better world. And the biggest improvements that occur through the tiniest acts of compassion. When I first felt the magic of service, I didn't expect to transform anyone's life, let alone my own. But it is in these moments that I realized there is more than just giving to others. And this is the heart of service. It's not about being heroic. It's about showing up and just being there. The smile we give to someone who's struggling, the time we devote for a cause, and the comfort we provide to a stranger. These are the little but powerful actions that can change people's lives. It is in these moments that we realize that we can change the world for better. These moments create a magic that transcends the present moment, and through them, we create a better world. One more connected and less divided. As a member of the Rotaract Club, I've witnessed firsthand how community service is more than just helping others. It's also about building shared human connections. It connects us via our common hardships, dreams, and hopes for a better future. It is in such moments of connection that we realize that we are part of a wider, interconnected community. Service bridges the gaps that often separate. Community service has also taught me that we receive as much as we give. When we step into someone else's world, we are inspired by the courage, strength, and resilience. Their stories fuel our passion to continue giving, and in return, they teach us
valuable lessons about empathy. So, whether you've already experienced the power of service or are just beginning to discover its possibility, do not underestimate the power you possess. Every action matters. Small droplets of water make the mighty ocean. As Albus Dumbledore once said, it is our choices that show what we truly are, far more than our ability. So, let us all choose to serve for a better world. Thank you.
Thank you, Gabrielle, for the very heartwarming speech. So far, it's actually, yeah, I could tell it's really personal, but I'm glad that you managed to share what you wanted to share. Because at the end of the day, World Speech Day is about sharing what you truly feel and what kind of impact you want to make. And I think you have embodied that spirit. So let's give her one more round of applause. Okay, so we've pretty much come to the end of the competition. So while we let the judges go through the results, we'll be giving you guys this 10-minute toilet break. So finally, y'all can stand up and then move around. And yeah, feel free to use the washroom and then mingle around for 10 minutes. We'll be back at 4:22 p.m. Yep, thank you.